there guys, welcome to the meat shop. Thanks for clicking on. This video is part of a special video series inspired by you guys. I've been asked before for a recipe or sausage book, which I don't have, so I thought I would share my favorite book with you, which is Home Production of Quality Meats and Sausage by Stanley and Adam Marinski. It is my favorite book. I think it's got great information in there for beginners and experts alike. And to celebrate my favorite book, I reached out to Stanley Marinski and he gave me permission to do Marinski March. So we're going to do a recipe out of this book every day of March. And all the recipes and all the processes are right out of the book, which will be in the link below. That is, a link to the book will be in the description down below. So without any further ado, let's get into Marinski March. Hello and welcome to another episode of Marinski March. Today we are making a sausage that I picked out. I love this sausage. We make a boatload of it during hunting season out of wild game. This one's going to be out of all pork today though, because we're going to follow the recipe book. But this is called the Jagdwurst. Jadga means hunter in German, and I think Wurst means sausage. So it is the German hunter sausage. There's no write-up in it in the book, Home Production of Quality Meats and Sausage by Adam and Stanley Marinski, which is in the link below. But I know in this book we did the Polish hunter sausage, which was called the Milwiska, I think. And this is kind of the same version. I think across Europe, across countries, across cultures, there's always been kind of, well, sausage-rich cultures, like Germany, like Poland, like Italy, all had their own version of the hunter-gatherer sausage, and this is the German version. So the guys would carry it along in their packs, and that's what they would snack on whilst going out and looking for game and harvesting their critters and whatnot. But this one's going to be all pork. I'm going to make 2 kilograms of it. So I have 1 kilogram of lean pork on this side and 1 kilogram of relatively fatty pork on this side. In the book it calls for fresh pork belly. Some of this is fresh pork belly. I need to top it up with just a little bit of pork trim. But it's going to be a really coarse sausage, which is cool. I don't make a lot of those in my store. I usually fine grind everything. So this is really neat to see something with such a big texture difference. It's going to be smoked. It's going to be in a fibrous casing, about 2 inches. And we're going to pop it into the smokehouse and fully smoke it, fully cook it, and eat it in the end of it. So step number 1, bring it in for a grind. Okay, so very coarse grind. I was doing a little grinding earlier there. But this is the 3/8 10 millimeter plate, which is big diameter compared to what I'm used to. So I got the lean pork on this side, fattier pork on this side. And it just says grind all meat through a 3/8 plate. Mix all meat with ingredients and stuff. So get that on nice and snug. Get our meat popped up in here. Mix it around a little bit, so I guess you kind of get distribution through the grinder. And fire it up, and off we go. Oh yeah. So we got some nice lean pork, not too much connective tissue. You wouldn't want to use something like the hock for this, for sure. The book calls for lean pork bat and lean pork butt and fresh bacon. If you're using a hock, it'd have lots of connective tissue and it could be tough. Your sausage could be chewy. So meat selection for a sausage like this is key. Nice part about doing such coarse textured sausage is they grind through so quick. Done in like 2 minutes. But here it is, the material for our Jagdwurst. Is that how I pronounce it? If it isn't, I'm sorry, Germans. All right, got to get a little water measured out for this. Oh, perfect. Now this, I love this sausage. I've made it before. It's so good. This one's got a little bit of mace, which I don't have in mine, and mace is a really lovely aromatic spice. So I'm looking forward to trying the difference between this recipe and mine. I know I'm going to like it though, because it's got lots of mustard. I'd say mustard is the predominant spice. Yeah, mustard the predominant spice with some coriander and salt and pepper and stuff. and the cure. And oh, it's a good one, guys. Get the book. Look it up. Give it a go. You'll see. You just wait till we get to the taste testing section. You won't be able to not get the book. All right, so I'm just going to flip those spices around, and they're hitting my nose, and it smells good. Add our little bit of cold water. And that was a step I forgot to mention, guys. All this meat was nice and cold, right out of the cooler. All right, now I'm just going to mix for a couple minutes, guys, and until I get some protein extraction. Then we'll stick it in the sausage stuffer. Okay, so I've been tossing this Jagdwurst around, trying to get some nice protein extraction there. See that, guys? That's what you're shooting for. The color's kind of starting to change. So a little bit of curing process is happening. So I'm happy with this. See the big bits of texture difference? Ooh, ah. All right, let's get that stuck in the sausage stuffer. All right there, guys, I got the grinder cleaned up out of the way. Our Jagdwurst here. I'm gonna load her up into the stuffer. Good handful of that sticky meat. Feed it in, and then push it down nice and firm to get rid of the air pockets. Okay, it's loaded up. Now I just popped these fibrous casings. These are 50mm fibrous casings. I just popped them into the water before we started this video here. So they've been soaking for a little bit. They don't got to soak overnight or anything like that, but sleeve it on our large diameter horn. And get our stuffer ready. There's the Jagdwurst onto the smaller dial. So all I do with this one, guys, is you just choke it good and hard until the meat comes out. Let the air sneak by though. There, the meat's out. It says stuff firmly. So give it a good grip. And that looks incredible already. And then I usually leave myself just a little bit at the end to tie off later. There's our first one. I think we're gonna get 2 out of this. 2 out of this 2 kilogram batch into the fibrous 50mm smokable casings. Squeeze tight. Yeah. There we go. 1.5 is what it's gonna be. There's a little bit left in there that you could push out and hand stuff into here, but it's just gonna end up in the next sausage for me. So, next step is tie them off. So this step, I just have some butcher twine, guys. You can get those hog rings or metal clamps and clamp these if you want, but just tie them right at where the meat ends in the sausage casing. Get her nice and snug. Give her a double knot. If you want, you can cut that off, and there you go. It's ready to hang in the smokehouse. Sometimes with these full ones, I'll push down, make sure it's good and tight at the bottom, and just give her a double knot, or whatever kind of knot you like using that you know will hold. There we go. Jagdwurst ready to pop in the smokehouse. Well, actually, we got to dry it first, but. Okay, so there's this step here, guys. We're going to just hang them at room temperature for a half hour, and then pop them into our smokehouse, which is going to be preheated. Okay, guys, so I just popped the Jagdwurst into the smokehouse, the preheated smokehouse. Got the element going down there. A little bit of smoke's already starting to roll. So they're going to get smoked in here for a couple hours, and we're going to bring that temperature up. All right, guys, the smokehouse alarm has gone off, which means that our Jagdwurst has hit the fully cooked temperature, 155 to 158 according to the book. Actually, I think I forgot to change the settings on my smokehouse, so they hit 160. 160 degrees Fahrenheit, 171 degrees Celsius. So let's open up and have a look at those guys. All right, guys, first look here. Ooh, look at those guys. Doesn't that look awesome? All right, so that's the first look. The Jagdwurst, nice color change on them. Look nice and firm, and I'm gonna get them right into the smokehouse, or sorry, the water bath right away there, so we don't have any wrinkle and we don't have any shrink. All right, guys, so I got a couple we pulled out of the smokehouse there all together. We're just gonna give them a nice rinse, cool them down, stop that cooking. I still got them all on the stick, so I know which one's which, but I'm just gonna rinse them off for a few minutes stop that, cool them down right away, and then we're gonna pop them into the cooler. All right, so I just pulled them out of that little water bath I'd been spraying them with. And I'm just gonna let them drip dry in the cooler overnight, and we'll dive into them first thing in the morning. All right, guys, just pulled the Jagdwurst out of the cooler here. They look great. They cooled down nice. They didn't, nice and firm, not greasy, and they're not wrinkly. So that means we got good protein extraction. We didn't get them too hot during the cooking process. And I'll bring them in here so that you guys can have a look at them for yourselves. I'm really excited about trying this one because I make a Jagdwurst, like I mentioned earlier in the video, and I'm looking forward to trying Stan and Adam's version of it. But have a look, nice color on them. Color came back, you know, not wrinkly and over dried. Beautiful color. Yeah, they smell like a little smoky. So I'll cut into one here and get you a cross section. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. How about that, guys? Got some beautiful protein extraction. Bounces right back when you squeeze it, and some nice color in there. Different particle sizes and stuff, different texture sizes. Now, time to put it to the taste test. All right, guys. Cut off a slab. Coriander, mustard are the main ingredients in this guy. And here it goes. I really like that kind of coarse texture. And it's good. I love the Jagdwurst. Like I said, we make a ton of this during hunting season. It's such a good sausage. I really highly recommend this one. This one's up there on my favorite list. Yes, it is. This is a good sausage. So I'm gonna have another bite. Oh, yes. But anyways, guys, this wraps up the Jagdwurst episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you do, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And we're gonna make more recipes out of home production of quality meats and sausage every day this March. And this is one I'd recommend you get the book for and make it home.